morning, Bertie the bus was giving some visitors a tour around the island of Sodor. This was their last afternoon, and Edward and Fluttershy were going to take the visitors to the China clay works. But Rarity, of course, was jealous of it.
I simply cannot understand why some had to choose an old and up-to-date engine like Edward instead of a modern and up-to-date engine like James. Rarity, what a thing to say! Edward is just as good as any other engine, and he's not outdated. He's just come back from the works. Fluttershy, darling, no matter how many times Edward spearhead, he'll never be the engine James is.
Fluttershy just ignored Rarity. Then she flew off to the shed to fetch Edward. The workmen had just finished checking Edward. When they left, Fluttershy came into the shed. Edward noticed that she didn't look happy. Is something wrong, Fluttershy?
No, Edward, nothing's wrong.
There is something wrong with that mare, but what? Edward knew something was bothering Fluttershy as she flew into his cab. Well, no time to worry about that. I better go fetch the coaches. Later at the Knapford station, Edward was ready to start the journey to Brandon Docks to meet Bill and Ben, but he found it hard to start. After several wheels slip, he finally managed to start the heavy train. Soon Edward was puffing through the countryside. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, but Edward still fell back on Fluttershy.
Edward?
Yes? What's wrong, Fluttershy?
Well, it's...
Is it about Rarity being jealous because we are taking the visitors?
Yes. How'd you know it was Rarity being jealous?
Well, you can say James wasn't too happy when Sir Topham had told us who were to take the visitors. Both Edward and Fluttershy had a good laugh when they approached Brandon Docks. Bill and Ben were delighted to see the visitors. They loved being photographed. Then the twins took the visitors to the China Clayworks in a breakdance special. Everyone had a wonderful time, and the visitors were most impressed. Then Edward took the visitors back to Knapford. But on the way home, Fluttershy noticed the weather changed.
Oh my, Edward, it looks like a storm is building up.
Don't worry, Fluttershy. At least you'll be safe and warm in my cab. Then it started to rain. First gently, then the storm came full force. Wind and rain buffeted Edward, and his sanding gear began to fail. Fluttershy was very worried for Edward. I must keep going. I can't let Sir Topham Hatt down. I must...
Edward!
Fluttershy stopped the train and flew out of Edward's cab. Then she saw what had happened.
Oh, Edward, it looks like one of your crank shifts is broken. But we must get the visitors back to Knapford. Henry and Applejack are waiting for us.
I know, Fluttershy. Now can you see if there's anything you can do?
I've taken off your sideboards, Edward. And if there's something more I need to do?
Well, how about loosening the couplings to the coaches? Maybe I can pick them up.
There. I've loosened the couplings. Now you can pick up the coaches just like you do with trucks.
Thank you, Fluttershy. That will be much easier. Come on, let's go. Edward tossed forward, and then the first coach began to move, followed by the second and third. I've done it!
That's it, Edward. Nice work.
Fluttershy listened to Edward's steady beat as he puffed along the line. The rest of the journey went without problems. At last they could see Knapford station, and battered but unbeaten, Edward pulled into the station. Henry was waiting for the visitors and Sir Topham Hatt stood on the platform.
Well done.
When Edward puffed in, he angrily pointed at the clock. But then the excited visitors climbed out of the coaches just to thank Edward and Fluttershy. Sir Topham Hatt was pushed aside. Later in the shed, Duck and Boko made sure Edward was left in peace. Gordon and James remained respectfully silent. And back Back at Knapford Hotel, well, Twilight and Pinky made sure that Fluttershy was also left in peace. Rarity said nothing. She knew that being jealous of Fluttershy was just wrong. And she has remained respectfully silent.